What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Brendan and I'm BMax45, and today we're coming at you with another video. Welcome to Friday and our Digimon market analysis like we do every week. And happy Friday, guys, and we're going to be looking at Digimon card prices as always, looking at the most recent changes. We have some information from the ban list now with those prices changing some of the cards in the market, and we have some hype cards for BT21, which is going to be coming in pretty much another month. I think we'll have it here. I think pre-release is going to be around the 18th, if I'm right. Either that or it's release, but it's actually really soon, and I'm going to be not surprised if we don't see a points list drop soon, so we can start doing that like we usually do for our videos. But let's get into it. Let's talk about the market analysis. Let's talk about the card prices and what's good to buy, what's bad to buy, and what we think about the current meta right now. And hopefully we'll have a tournament soon. We'll have the tournament on the 30th, so we can do a meta deck discussion about what's kind of the changes in the format are. But hey, if you enjoy this type of content, be sure to smash that like button, comment down below, we'd love to hear your thoughts, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss a single minute of the fun. Alright, well, we're starting off with the Omnimon binder. We looked at this last week, but we're going to take another look just because, it's new, and, you probably, after, a couple weeks, people selling the cards, selling the binders, prices start to go down. So you can see right here, the binder here is, $187 total cost, $63, then that's US. You can probably get it for better, but, in Canada, but yeah, it's expensive. But you gotta look at the cards here, and you get 2 copies of each, and decide, hey, is it still more worth it to buy a binder or to just try and pick up the singles? You got these guys here kind of waning in price, all your lower level guys, but the Garurumon stuff staying up a little bit higher there. I mean, that's 30 bucks, 30 bucks, 30 bucks right there. That's 90. 120, 160 right there. So you still make your overall value back if you buy a thing right there, because that was only all of those, right? That wasn't even counting the stuff on the bottom. Now, of course, this stuff's pretty cheap here, but you still be able to make a little bit of money there. And the Garurumon keeping its value really well. But everything else kind of starting to trend down. So this will only be probably for like another week, and then this stuff might be cheaper than buying a binder. So now's the time to make your choice, right? And there's and of course we already knew that like some of these cards were going to trend down. Like these guys, they're just not as good, but the good ones are staying up decently. Medieval Galamon, what can I say? This card is just one of the most expensive secrets in the game right now. Just such a good floodgate card, so usable in so many decks. From last format, probably to this format too, and it's still just climbing. It's not going anywhere. People keep buying it. It'll go up to 150. So. Should have got them where they were way cheaper. Dustmon, because of the hits to Purple Hybrid, has seen a decrease here. We can see it's gone down. He was kind of in the $35 to $40 range. He's kind of dropped at least by like 10 bucks here. Most recent sale is 25. You've got copies now. A couple copies for lower, and then you're back up to 30, but still definitely a drop to Dustmon due to the hits to Purple Hybrid. Of course, Galaxy Engine got off scot-free. Mirage was the only thing that got hit. So you're seeing, look like it's going down, 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 and boom! Galaxy Engine's good still. A little bit of a drop-off after it spiked. So would have been good. Would have been good to get those when that was down there. So now's a good time to sell if you're not planning on playing Galaxy in this format. Same thing here with Corona. Just high spike. I mean, there's lower recent sales, but I mean, there's also not many copies on the market at lower prices. So it's going to go up. It's going to continue to go up. So it was your time to buy. Now it's definitely your time to sell. Shoto, seen a little bit of a drop here. He was above 30. And so, yeah, we've seen a little bit of a drop here. Still most recent sale is 30. So I expect this to go down a little bit more. You can still do sweet Shoto combos because it's only Mother that they blocked, so it's still good with 7 Demon Lords. So I think this card will keep its value up a little bit higher. Yeah, like they should have just errated it, honestly, so that it was only green Digimon or Vortex Warriors. But they're doing the limited thing for Mother, so whatever. So it's still really good in other decks that that need blockers, big blockers. Owen Dreadnought. So a lot of hype for BT21. So Owen's getting cards. Owen's deck's getting cards. Zenith's deck's getting cards. So you can see this hype coming here. $19. Most recent sale is $10. This wasn't there the other day. It was like $2. So the market price is still that way. But if you look, all the copies are 20 and up. So the hype is there. It's basically saying that this deck is getting support, so you have to pay. Basically, they're saying you have to pay the higher prices if you want to bling out your deck with the pre-release Owen. So that's kind of the hype behind that. Same thing with Zenith. Galactimon's getting stuff, so you can see the same thing with Zenith. Its most recent sale is higher, and then you're seeing only like high-priced pre-release copies, because basically hoping people will buy and drive up the price. Examon. There we go. Examon. So we got Examon Ace coming out, so I have seen a little bit of a, because not Examon Ace, Examon X-Antibody is coming out in BT21. So you've started to see this card spike a little bit, because now we got the really cool X-Antibody version of this in the next set. And so it's coming back up. It's trending down, and now it's kind of trending back up to like $17. But there's not a lot of copies, which is funny. You'd think there'd be a lot of 2.5 cards, so it's even trending up higher into like the 30s again, which is kind of where it started when we hit pre-release release for this card. You got Dracomons too, of course, going up in price. Got the event pack one. You can see it's climbing up there. Higher price copies. Same with Dracomon from EX. It's trending up as well. And we're getting a Dracomon X-Antibody as well. So you can see that here. Even the Star Deck A1 from the Royal Knights card set is trending up a little bit. So all these cards are gaining some value, so it might be a good time to sell them. Yeah, even the promo. Paildramon, of course, $55. It hasn't really changed. It's still a very good card, even with the hit to Stingmon. The deck's still really powerful. Blue-green Imperial. So as you can see, it's hasn't really dipped down here, but came back up, and then the ban list really hasn't affected it. And I mean, you got the Super still being one of the best pulls if you're still going to pull a set. BT16 is still really good. This really hasn't changed too much. It's come down a little bit. Dino B right in there around that $55 range, because this deck's going to be really good. So it'll be interesting to see if Paildramon drops off a little bit and Dino B gets more expensive. We'll have to wait and see about that, but it's they're pretty even right now. But I think the Super's the other thing, is the Super's not even. Actually, no, it's come up. It was like $5-10. So Super has come up in price. You can see here, it was up probably around 20, and so it'll be interesting to see if this Super comes up close to the other one, because that would be hilarious. It would make buying BT16 boxes really lucrative. So I'll have to wait and see. But still all right, all right price. You can get a couple copies for might be a good time to grab those right now. Shadramon's still stupid, $73. We'll have to wait and see until the event pack comes out. So once we get next this week is going to have, not this week, next week I think is going to have the first regionals, which is the first event pack, which has the promo Shadramon in it. So we'll see if the price starts to come down once those copies start hitting the market. But that's still going to be like 2 to 3 weeks before people get those. It's an in-person one, so it's going to be at least 2 weeks because you're going to have to wait to get it up online. So it's going to be interesting to see what the price for these event pack cards are going to be. So it'll be interesting. We'll have to wait and see what happens, and hopefully, it. Yeah. All right, Shadramon. It'll come down, but just a little bit because the event pack one's gonna be a foil version, right? So it's gonna be expensive. It'll be interesting to see what the price on the promo Shadramon is. The foil version, maybe it's less, maybe it's more. So we might have $100 event pack card for once. We'll see. I'll keep an eye on that. Violet, because waifu cards. Still, like, I don't know how well Necromon is really performing. It's a cool deck, but we've seen a little bit of a drop here, but still pretty high. It was up at 50. Most recent sale 40. Market price 46, so it's actually trending down a little bit. Still pretty high price for what it does. And for how good the deck is right now, because we do have like 2 lines worth of support, but it's not a Necromon focused deck because you have to put other cards like Reapermon in there to just kind of bolster your line because you don't have multiple lines of just like the Necromon. And then of course the brand new one, it spiked up here too, and it's actually come crashing down a little bit and then boosted itself up a little bit slowly, just stepped back up. So yeah, and again, it just depends. Like, this is the card you need for the deck. So if the deck ever gets, does well at a tournament, this card I think is going to go up very fast, whereas the other Violet might come down a little bit. So there's that. Looking at pre-release Stingmon, it's actually not changed its price. Like, it's come down quite a bit, and it's not gone up since the ban list. So are people going to be running this Stingmon at 4, or are they going to be running other Stingmon? We have to wait and see what happens. This card was apparently getting phased out for the starter deck one, and they limited it to 1, the starter deck one. So now this is your best option, really, other than playing like dual-colored armor form cards. But we'll have to wait and see what innovation people use for the deck now that the other Stingmon's been hit. But we could see this go back up in price if people start buying this in droves. You can see this card get pushed back up. It's still pretty expensive for just a pre-release card, $17. So yeah. And with the hits to hybrid, with the promo Agunimon and Lobomon down to 1, we're looking at hybrid here. We can see Ancient Greys. They really haven't changed. I mean, the deck's still really good, but you can, yeah, they really haven't changed. And I mean, same thing with Ancient Garurumon. It's actually gone down. This deck, ever since basically 2.0 format, just hasn't done as well. So it's just kind of been on the back burner. So with the hits to Lobomon and Agunimon, which I really didn't think were 100% necessary, it's just where it's at. I still think they should semi-limit stuff and test stuff out. Like, they could have semi-limited the Goonie and Lobo promos, but they're all or nothing at Bandai. So unfortunately, they don't listen to the player base. Well, they do. They listen to the player base complain, and then they make over adjustments that are just massive. So that's how they listen. Very poorly. But definitely think that semi-limit would be very good for the game, and it would be able to test if something, because if you test if something is okay at 2, like if it's not broken at 2, then you can leave it there. And if it doesn't help the problem, then you can put it to 1 or ban it. Just kind of feels like a good solution to me. But it hasn't really affected like the prices on the Ancient Greymon, but this was already trending down anyways. Of course, you got your Takuya Kambara Kochi Dual Tamer as well. That cards came down quite a bit. You know, it's never been hugely expensive, been fluctuating, but at its height, it was, you know, you can get copies for $5, and at its height, it was like 8 to 10. So it's a pretty cheap card now. Omnimon X-Antibody, still one of the best cards. Alternates you can pull from 2.5. I got lucky. I pulled a couple copies. Actually, I think I pulled 2, which is actually pretty good. And then, yeah, it's just $85 to $90. It came down a little bit and then shot back up. So I think Royal Knight might actually have a shot at being pretty competitive. This format, we'll have to wait and see, and so I think that's why people are hyping this card up back again, because if it's good, you're gonna need a couple copies of this, at least 2 or 3 probably, and yeah, so it's gonna be very interesting here. And then, of course, lastly, we're looking at the other Omnimon, the Royal Knight Omnimon. $94. This card has exploded. It was like getting up to 50. It was like 27. It was like 50, 60, and now it's up almost $100. Again, this was one that you should have definitely picked up earlier when it was a lot lower. And if you have it now and you're not playing this deck, sell this right now, because it's a good price right now. So that is the market analysis, guys. That's what we were looking at. Lots of cards to look at, as always, but we'll try and do our best to select as many interesting cards and do as thoughtful of analysis as we can. But let me know what your guys' thoughts are. Did I miss anything that I should have covered? I tried to cover a lot of the ban list stuff that was being affected by the ban list. I didn't really need to cover the cards from the ban list because they're going to be really cheap. But definitely cover the cards that they really affected. And we've seen some drops here. We've seen some increases. Galaxy is untouched, so that deck's going to probably go up in price. That whole core is going to be a little bit more expensive now. And you can use it so many different top ends for it. So it's like, okay, guys, good job. But yeah, tell me what you think. Tell me what you think of the Omnimons. Tell me what you think about the BT21 hype. And tell me what you think about the Imperialdramon stuff. Do you think all the blue-green's going to start to wane and all the red-purple's going to start to, go crazy in prices? We'll have to wait and see. But it looks like that's all the time we have for this video. Thank you very much for tuning in, and we hope to see you in the next video. As always, have a wonderful day. And that's all for now, folks.